Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my YouTube channel and blog. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hi. This video will share alternative projects to stretch your paper pumpkin supplies. So come along with me as I attempt to create out of the box. Description box below and check it out. Well, hi friends. Welcome to the Time for Cake Paper Pumpkin alternative. I have 3 examples to share with you. This kit came with a stamp set, 2 stamp sets. One called Time for Cake. The other is Year After Year. That number stamp would really help out, I think, for your stash. So it contained the supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. And there was an ink spot there that is Night of Navy. So I'm going to use my alternatives, and I'm just pretty much sticking to the kit, other than I will add some basic white cardstock. And the third card, I'm going to add some like a small die cuts. So I will share with you all 3 in the same video. I apologize for this being so late. Time got away from me again. So my present to you is there's a link in the description box below. You're going to go to my blog and you can get a PDF of 12 other alternatives for this paper pumpkin, which is August of 2024. And I'm happy to gift that to you as an apology for being so late. It is the end of November as I am sharing this with you. So I have my Card Maker's Companion book out. I always especially if it's been a while visiting this kit, I wanted to familiarize myself with the components and then draw myself a little sketch. I didn't want to be influenced by anybody else. I made these Card Maker Companion books, and you can find the link in the description box below if you wanted to pick yourself up one. So my sketch basically wanted me to cut down some paper. So I cut down the paper. It was a card stock from the kit, and I cut it down to 3 1/4 inches wide and 4 1/2 inches tall. And I'm going to put that sort of cattywampus on my card. And then this one, I ended up, I wanted the blue stripe to be on the left-hand side. And there wasn't a ton of room, but I made this 2 3/4 inches wide and 2 1/2 inches tall. And it was just enough room where I could stamp the sentiment, "Make a Wish." I had to go a little bit into the candle sparkler there, but I think it worked out well. So here I am using my Night of Navy ink. I'm just using the larger pad. The smaller ones I will save for when I'm traveling or if I need to gift something to someone. There was this lovely twine. I don't even know. It's like a rose gold twine. So I wrapped it twice around my card, and then
2 hours later,
I finished up tying the bow. I'll be honest, I don't tie bows well on camera. So let's put this card together. I'm going to use my Seal Plus as my favorite adhesive. And there was a bit of cat glitter there, little bits of cat hair that sort of get in the way. I'm putting dimensional adhesive on the back of my focal piece, and then I'm going to adhere it to the card. It's a simple birthday card. It's a nice alternative. I'm using some bits and pieces from the kit and basic white thick cardstock for my card base. So you guys, I always ask, If you comment in the comments below, if you loved, say, this card, the second card, or the third card that I'm going to share. I do appreciate your comments. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I definitely appreciate, I want to know what people think, what they liked, first, second, or third. All right, we're moving on to the alternative card number 2. This is my sketch again. So I wanted a little thicker of a white border. And then I am putting down some sort of like a background piece. And then I'm going to flag end the candles. And then I thought I was going to put a bigger piece of paper here, but I chose not to, and I'll show you what I did instead. So this card has the background of, it was 5 3/8 wide and 4 1/8 tall. So I didn't realize this for the longest time, but many card makers actually like you to put the width first and the height second. Who knew? And now I'm going to cut this piece of birthday sparkler candles, 4.5 long or wide and 2.5 inches tall. All right, I don't really like math, but this is what I did. If you want to do the same, I'm happy to share the dimensions with you. Of course, if you're watching this many months after and you've already done your kit, this could be a lovely sketch that you can use for any designer series paper or pattern paper, or you want to use a couple different papers on your card. This is a very nice card design. All right, so I really liked this sentiment that said lost count with all the candles. It's really funny. And then I'm just going to hold everything there. I haven't adhered anything, but I'm going to use the happy birthday in that bottom right corner, just sort of cattywampus. And I thought it worked really well. So now I'm adhering this whole background piece to my cardstock with a thin border. My third card has the wider border. I do apologize for making that error. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this, but I actually am going to go with my bone folder and try to rub out that little crease that was there from the card kit design. All right, I put dimensionals on the back and many of them. And here I'm going to put the candle banner. And then this little, it's like a birthday sprinkle bit. I was going to put it on sort of crooked, but what I ended up doing was putting it on straight, but then using the angle of the fishtail of that banner so that it looks cohesive. So sometimes when you create cards, if you put, like your elements where they're thoughtful and that they're all together, it looks very cohesive. So that is my second card. And again, I love it when you guys vote. Please vote 1, 2, or 3. And if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I have a special Christmas present for all of you in the month of December. So I'm going to try to do a Vlogmas, if you can imagine that. All right, here we go with the card number 3. This is the last card for the August 2024 Time for Cake Paper Pumpkin. As I said, I'm going to have a wider border here, and then I'm going to use a whole bunch of circles. So this is where the die cut machine comes in. If you don't have a die cut, you could just use like a small round thing, trace and cut if you wish. Or a punch would work out well too. I use 2 different sizes of my dies. In case you haven't seen Excalibur, this is my letter opener. He is special. I had purchased it just for ripping up envelopes. So if you have watched my Paper Pumpkin alternatives before, you know I always sacrifice at least one envelope for the card designs. As you can see here, I have several envelope papers, this being one of them. I have used the largest stitched circle die in the Stylish Shapes dies. So they have banners, they have squares, and they have circles. And probably my most favorite and useful die ever. So, and they're stitched, so it's a pretty edge as well. All right, so here is I think this is like 2 sizes down. The one was the largest, and this is 2 sizes down. And this also is envelope paper. And I used the same size for I think it's like a card that should have been with the balloons in this kit, paper pumpkin kit. So the same die I used, and I'm just going to capture a couple of the balloons. Did my best to try to get all 3 in there. And I don't know if you guys have a cut and emboss machine. This little baby cut and emboss machine is affordable. It's super cute. A lot of the Stampin' Up! Dies can be used with this little guy. So it's something, and it's, like I said, it's more affordable than the large one. And it folds up. I keep this one on my desk all the time. It is something to consider. Maybe you want to join Stampin' Up! And this could be on your starter kit if you want it. So again, I inked up one of the labels from the kit, and it says Celebrate, and I just used the same ink that came in the kit. So I'm putting this card all together. And here is the background paper. It was just paper that was part of the card base from the kit. I'm using my bone folder to crease that fold. Again, this is a thick, basic white cardstock. I put a little bit of my Seal Plus, which is a really sticky adhesive. It's my favorite. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but sometimes it doesn't come out of the holder that great, but I will always use it because it's very sticky and it will hold my works of art together. I don't want them going to the recipient and falling apart. So I'm making a messy nest with this rose gold twine. You can see it has a mind of its own. So it's actually perfect for a messy nest. I just put a little strip of adhesive down, and then I tried to create circles. And then as I am just sort of designing where I'd like things, I'm going to put my circles like I did in my sketch, and I'm going to adhere them all down just with the Seal Plus. And then I'm going in with dimensional adhesive, and I'm going over all of the creases and so that everything sticks together so I can adhere all 3 pieces on my card front equally. And look at my messy nest, it's still under there. So when you're creating a card like this that has a lot of circles on it, that's kind of when you can use that messy nest thing, because it does kind of look like circles. So I don't necessarily think it would have worked if it was squares. So I'm going to fishtail or banner end that Celebrate, but I didn't quite like it, and I still had this sticker from the kit. It says Hooray. I mean, any die cut would do here, and they're self-adhesive, so that's kind of awesome. But then I wanted to cut down my little Celebrate and sort of tuck it under the H so that it is secured. And it doesn't look like it looks like it was planned well. So Hooray and Celebrate, this is, could be anything, doesn't have to be a birthday. And then I realized that I wanted that Y, the loop of the Y, to sort of hang over that banner. So just using my scissors to peel up that adhesive. It hasn't stuck down completely yet. I'm very thankful. And then I was able to put that Y down, and everything looks like it was planned. So those are my 3 cards for today. Watch out for this next week, coming with September and October, November as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.